Tonight on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Brian did a triple flip, and he didn't come up.
The two bones in his neck jumped one another.
I would do anything for my son, anything in his life.
Steve has made a lot of sacrifices for Brian to be at college. The long-term goal is that Brian gets up and walks.
If Brian can get out of bed every single day and smile at the world, it's just inspirational to have him as my brother.
Everybody is really hoping with the right tools, with the right therapy, Brian's going to defy the odds. One day he'll stand up and walk. And won't that be amazing?
I was told I was never going to walk again.
It's a little early for cheesesteaks.
You got your protein, you got your grains. Holy peppers, bro.
Okay, why don't you sit down for a sec, Polly? Great, awesome.
Good job, brother.
So, Jillian, Tracy, Ed, as you can tell from what you're eating, we're in Polly's home state of Pennsylvania. Cruising through Newberry Township on our way to meet the Kiefer family. Now, it's Steve and Don and their 4 sons, Adam, Scott, Brian, and Colin. Take a look at this, and you'll see why we're here.
My name's Steve Kiefer. This is my sweetheart of a wife, Dawn.
We've got 4 wonderful, handsome boys.
My basketball team.
The dynamic of my family tends toward the amazing. Brian was the most athletic one in the family. He was involved in every sport: baseball, gymnastics, volleyball, you name it, he tried it.
It was July 1st, 2008. Brian already had some experience with some gymnastics here in that school and stuff, so he was showing us all these cool tricks.
And Brian did a triple flip, and he didn't come up. And he just said, "Scott, I'm hurt. I can't feel anything. I need you to call 911.
I remember the doctors having, like, no hope for him. It was terrible. Not being able to know what was going to happen to him. I was just scared.
I just remember my dad coming out, and he was crying. I've never seen my dad cry.
An operation was performed by our neurosurgeons. Unfortunately, Brian suffers from paralyzation or tetraplegia from the neck down. The two bones in his neck actually jumped one another, causing him to have damage to those nerves. And right now, he doesn't have the ability to move his arms or his legs. He's dependent for all care, and his dad is actually his personal care assistant.
I just put in my mind, I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to take care of my son until he's functional again.
It's very difficult for you to see your child hurt. You don't want to see them do anything as much as fall down and skin a knee. And to have this devastating accident for Brian is very hard.
I used to work at the Defense Distribution Center in New Cumberland. I made a decision that I could retire early and be Brian's caretaker 24/7. Getting him up, getting him washed, getting him dressed, getting him groomed, getting his teeth brushed. That takes about 2.5 hours of therapy with the stimulations of all Brian's different muscles, and this needs to be done on a daily basis. It's very important.
I definitely wouldn't be where I am without my dad. He has been there every step of the way, helping me, pushing me, guiding me, and I've made tremendous progress.
When Brian had his accident, he was going to be going back to his junior year in college. He wanted to go back to Waukegan University, where he started at, to get his degree in physical education and coaching.
The first week in school, they had moved me into a lounge. We've got plenty of room for all of my equipment for my dad. It gives me the space that I need. I'm a regular college student.
Brian's perseverance is absolutely incredible. His high spirits, his will, his dedication, his determination, truly an inspiration to anybody who's setting out to accomplish a feet.
Brian, he's going to graduate from college in another year, and being in the existing home, Brian is limited in where he can go and what he can do in the house. Back up.
We've tried to make the home the best we can for Brian. We built a new bedroom for him in a garage, thinking it was going to be fine.
And it turned out ceilings are too low.
Although we love the house, Brian can only get in 1/3 of the house. It doesn't meet the needs of our family now.
We love this house, but it's confined. It's narrow. He can't open the doors to get out. He can't open the doors to get in. He can't go up the stairs. Just as he's trapped in his own body right now, he's trapped in 4 rooms of his house.
In spinal cord injury, a lot of it is up here. You want somebody to have the attitude, the determination, the drive that they're going to succeed, and that's what Brian had all along. But over the course of the last 2 years, he has regained some function just from physical therapy, occupational therapy, rehabilitation.
Our goal is to get all of his limbs working and to get him walking. In order to do that, he has to have intensive therapy. The best therapy is aquatherapy.
We have a pool that we go to in therapy, and we can only do twice a year. My son definitely needs it. When you see him doing things in the water, it's amazing. It is just so helpful for him for progression. It's a big challenge, but hey, challenges are out there to go fight them. I would do anything for my son, anything in his life. Anything.
I'm gonna get up again. I'm still me. I'm still Brian. I'm just sitting down. Having an extreme makeover would mean so much to me and my family. It could give my dad back his regular life. It could give me the independence that I need. I can't even put into words how much it would help us.
I mean, that's tough, man. I mean, those are things that get me right there. I mean, just to take care of his son in every single way, and the entire family believes that he will eventually walk again. But it's up to us to give him everything he needs to hopefully make that possible. So right now, Brian's brothers actually live a few miles away from their parents' house, and Brian is home from school. And when he is, they get together every Sunday as a family. We're headed there right now to give them the surprise of a lifetime.
Beautiful.
What do you say? You guys with me? Let's do this. Bring it in there, people. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Good morning, people family! Steve, Adam, Scott,
Brian's not used to seeing tears in my eyes.
Brian, I have to say, with what you've been through, man, your determination, your positive spirit clearly affects everybody, and you keep your family going in so many ways.
They keep me going. Everything they do.
And like the fact that you've like gone to college with your son.
I wouldn't have done it any different. I really wouldn't have. He's got a long way to go, and he's going to make it.
Brian, you'll be coming home soon from college, though, right?
Well, yep, I have another year of college left, and then I graduate.
Is the house ready for you to come home?
It's definitely not ready for me to come home. I'm trapped. I want to be able to get around. I want to spend time with my family and not just sit trapped in there.
That was one of the things Lockhaven did for Brian. They took him out of a regular dorm room and put him into an actual lounge, a student lounge.
They've gone out of their way to do whatever they could to make it accessible for me. It's incredible. I just can't put into words how I feel about it.
Well, I have to say, I think this week you're going to be able to come home and have some mobility and independence that I don't think you've had in a long while.
That's amazing.
You guys ready for that?
Absolutely.
I think so, Brian. You ready to start getting a little independent?
I'm ready.
Absolutely. Let's get this thing started. Sound good? All right, that's great. Show me around. All right.
Well, to start, we never go in the front door because Brian can't go in the front door.
You guys don't go in the front door at all?
Oh, Brian has a hard time trying to get up over that.
Well, that needs to change. I mean, everybody should be able to go through their front door.
This is our living room and our hallway.
Wow, and he's immediately hit with stairs, too.
Yeah.
He doesn't go upstairs. He hasn't get to see his bedroom since his accident.
Clearly, it's sort of tight in here. I know he can't get...
Brian can't come through.
Brian can't come through here.
No.
Yeah, he's locked in with what he can do and where he can go. It's a normal house for normal people, but when you have an accident like Brian had, all of a sudden, the house has changed.
After the accident, Dad did everything he could to make this house into a place for Brian, but he was still sort of separated from the family and the rest of the house.
This originally was a garage.
So this is where he hangs now. This is
Absolutely.
it. So you guys are all the way upstairs.
All the way upstairs.
We have to keep a baby monitor so then we can hear him and we come down the steps to take care of him.
No one wants to have somebody literally do everything for them, but in his situation, they have to. You know, Steve is there to help him, get in and out of bed, to turn off a light, to make a phone call. It's just a lot.
You always want to be able to fix everything for your children, and it's hard that we can't fix this. We weren't willing to consign Brian to a life of this is your wheelchair, and this is how you have to deal. That's why we went out looking for aggressive physical therapy. We've probably put 50,000 miles on the car, but we do what we have to do for Brian.
What's so great about this week, we really want Brian to feel like he's got independence like he hasn't had since the injury. And that's a gift you can't even put a price tag on. It not only affected your life, hugely affected your families too, right?
Yeah, the hardest part is probably seeing how many people have to sacrifice so much for me. I don't want people to do that for me. I don't want to be the reason that people's lives get ruined. It's really hard on my mom and on my dad. I know that I'm taking away from their lives. And I know that they're sacrificing so much to help me. I want to give them back their lives so that they can live it how they want.
What would you do if you could to give back to them?
Getting up and walking, getting up and inspiring them.
What do we need to do? Is it if it's giving you the tools you need, or the independence?
Therapy is one of the strongest ways that's getting me back. So just having the room to do it, the equipment, and also the independence, so that I'm not saying, "Hey, Dad, can you come do this for me?" I didn't want to have to go through this. I planned on living here. My parents wanted to travel the world, so they'd move out, I'd buy the house, and they would travel the world. I'd just live here, start my own family, and just continue like that.
I do promise you this: we're going to try and figure out every way we can to get you the tools you need to make your work a little easier, but to also keep that drive so that you want to continue to do it as well.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
How many years have you guys been married?
In next week, it will be 36.
Stop it. I couldn't help but notice.
Steve gave me that.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh, I'd marry you again.
Yeah, that was for one of our anniversaries.
Yep.
And Brian graduates in May.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Fantastic.
Go, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Lockhaven with Brian.
And how has that been for you, having Steve gone?
I miss him a lot just because we were never apart. We really weren't.
Good, a strong marriage.
We do make a good team.
You guys are close as a family. You guys have tried to carry on life as normal as possible. I mean, you're not...
It's changed our lives, but we try really hard not to let it. Brian's still our brother. We take him out. We go to the movies. He comes with us. We make sure he does stuff with us.
Yeah. Brian doesn't want to be thought of as somebody that's hurt. He wants to be thought of as Brian. It's not going to stop him from going to volleyball, going to the movies, camping, traveling, things like that.
How is camping affected now with Brian since the accident? Do you guys still go? Does he come with you?
It's just hard. Brian's chair has to be able to go on all different types of terrain.
Right.
So that's a little bit more difficult for him.
What can we do out here to make his life easier and give him some independence?
I want him to be able to open a door by himself.
Right, okay.
He can't get in the pool. He can't get up the steps.
So in an ideal world, you'd like to have a pool, but one that would work for you.
It would be fantastic.
This is Brian's old bedroom. He has not been up here since the accident.
Look at all these trophies, huh?
We played all the sports together. I go bowling.
Oh, bowling, right.
I was always a big bowler. I almost turned professional at one time back in my career.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. So maybe they get that athletic drive from you.
This has just brought us closer together. All of a sudden, my active sportster, outdoor boy was confined in a wheelchair. It was like overnight. This happened in an instant.
You know, in a week, you guys are going to come back. It's going to be a whole new start.
Yeah.
With a lot of positive changes.
The more positives, the better. Something more for Brian to have more independence, more positive things in his life to be able to take that little baby step further forward.
You keep doing what you're doing because I know your job isn't easy.
I want to do it. It's not a have to do, it's a want.
And trust me, we want to do this.
Fantastic.
Right.
Fantastic.
Do I get the door for you?
Yeah. I could try to run it down, but
these are some of the things talk about independence. I mean, it's as simple as open a door, right?
Exactly.
Hearing that news that you're paralyzed from the neck down absolutely must be devastating. I mean, here you are in a super athletic family, and now Brian can't do it because he's in a wheelchair, and yet it's not taking a smile off his face. And as far as commands to move your chair, all done by?
All done with my headrest. Left sensor left, right, and back goes forward.
What is this thing over here?
This thing is stim bike.
And do you ever do the electrical shock stuff?
Yes, that's what that is.
See, I thought that it was moving itself.
No.
It fires your muscles to make them go like this.
I physically pedal the bike. It just sends the shock waves through me.
How are we doing on the aquatherapy?
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
I go down to Kennedy Krieger in Baltimore.
Kennedy Krieger in Baltimore. So that's, that's a 90-minute drive.
It is.
You know,
they've been an absolute incredible therapy place for me.
How can you get better doing that just twice a year?
I can't. I make improvement in those 2 weeks. Then by the time next one comes around, I've gone back to where I was.
So we should talk to those folks and see what we could do here that would help facilitate that.
Absolutely.
Right? Is there anyone that has ever had a similar spinal injury that have been able to do what what you feel like is going to happen to you?
Yes, there's a man named Patrick Rummerfield who in the 70s broke his neck, but he's up and walking now. He's run marathons. He's set land speed records in cars. He's incredible. He's one of the biggest inspirations to me.
After the accident, Brian couldn't even lift up his head, paralyzed from the neck down, and now he certainly has some upper body movement. And as far as Brian goes, his challenges are very, very great. It's like training to be an Olympic athlete.
I put a sling behind Brian in his chair, and then I use the Hoyer lift in there that hooks onto the sling.
Can I see it?
Sure, absolutely.
Sorry. This young man needs care 24/7, and it's Dad doing that. If we can give an hour a day back to Dad, if we can give Brian a little bit of independence where, he can get a glass of water himself, that's huge.
Look how low this light is.
Right?
Okay. So, Brian, are you just to the point that you're so used to this, you're like...
It's routine to me.
This is really a story of hope. It tears your heart apart when you realize what happened to him because he was just beginning to sort of see where his future was going. Now he sort of has to watch it from the sidelines. But we want to change that this week. All right, guys, there's something you guys need to see outside. Come on, let's go outside. So, Keeper family, I want you guys to meet some very special people. Take a look at this. Keeper family, I'd like to introduce you to the people who are going to be building you a new house this week. Our builder, Jeff Musser, and his whole crew from Musser Home Builder. Anything you want to say to these guys?
Absolutely. Your family has shown strength and courage. It's just incredible how your family has come together. It just means so much to us that we're able to be here on this day. You truly are an inspiration. We're going to build with our hands. Your hearts are changing our lives.
There's nothing to say that can express how much we appreciate all of you being here and showing your support for Brian and for us. Thank you so very, very much to each and every one of you for all of your gifts that you're giving us.
So would you guys like to know where you're going on vacation? Yeah! We know how much you guys love the outdoors, so you guys are going to be staying in a beautiful resort in Colorado. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Not only will you be enjoying cool activities there, but you're also going to have a chance, Brian, to train with the U.S. Paralympic rugby team while you're there. Everybody is here for Brian. His smile, his positive attitude, it is infectious. Everybody is really hoping that with the right tools, with the right therapy, Brian's going to defy the odds. One day he'll stand up and walk. And won't that be amazing? So, Jeff, I wanted to talk to you for a second, because, look, we're making progress, we're moving things out of the house, but, you know, I had a chance to talk with Brian yesterday. He's always wanted to keep this house for himself. It's really sentimental to him. So, is it possible to save this section of the old house and still do a remodel?
We have to do it pretty carefully, but it can be done.
He would dig it. That would be awesome.
I think it'd be terrific.
And we're saving a little bit of work because we still got some house here.
I don't know if we're saving any work, but...
Good point. We got sort of a challenge. For the first time in a long time, we're actually doing a renovation, but we're redoing everything top to bottom. It's a brand new house, but it still has some of the old bones and also the old memories that's so sentimental to Brian and his family. Wouldn't it be great if we could, like, knock some walls out, expand?
A remodel?
Yeah.
As long as we keep things open for Brian, so he can move the chairs.
Can we take these rooms out? I think we take part of it out. I'm not thinking the whole thing. Let's take that side of the house down.
So you take like a third of those?
Yeah, a third of it down.
Right.
While you guys get ready to knock down some walls, I'm going to let the family know what's about to happen.
We got to go on vacation to Colorado Springs, which was absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh. They sent us up in a helicopter. I looked down at this gorgeous landscape of Colorado. As my injury, I didn't know if I'd be able to do something like this, but I can, and I'm not going to stop because this was a great experience. It was just too much fun.
Now, would anyone believe me if I told you there used to be a hotel out here on Pikes Peak?
Can you imagine actually living up here? That would be awesome. I would love it. Holy cow. Look at that, Brian.
Brian got to see so much. We went to the top of Pikes Peak and went up to an altitude of 14,000 feet.
What?
Because of Brian's injury. All these activities that we've done were thoughts that maybe wouldn't happen again. Everything was adapted for Brian to do.
I'm just stoked to be eating s'mores. All right, who wants a s'more?
The best thing about vacation was the fact that we got to do stuff as a family without any limitations. And that was awesome.
Hello, Keeper family. Hi. Brian, we know how much you love this house. Because you love this thing so much, we're not going to tear it down.
All right. Fantastic.
For the first time in a long time, we're actually going to do a remodel.
I was relieved because I do absolutely love this house. I've lived in that house my entire life. I was born there, but it's also time for change. We're going to make some new memories.
First thing you do when you do a remodel is what?
Okay, I'm doing a bit of research. Brian's at school, college, very popular.
Right.
Well, we should have ourselves a college remodel party. Have the party.
Okay.
Here comes the party. Say hello, everyone. Oh my God.
What better way to bring down a house than throw the ultimate college party? You know, it's a toga party. And since Brian is in college with his dad, they're definitely going to appreciate it. Let's crank this baby up. It's party time.
What's your major?
Oh, yeah, what's your major? Mine is house party. These are from the floor up, y'all.
Oh, we're at ground surfing.
Just be a second.
Oh, yeah! Hold on, everyone! Let me just hook up my super duper subwoofer!
So this week, friends, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The house, we're going to knock down a third of it and then build a whole new house in the backyard. I'm not much of a DJ, but I know when you're looking to try and bring stuff down, bass can sometimes be your friend.
Parties of school were pretty cool, but they've never brought the house down like that. It was awesome.
Oh, wow! Nice work! So, Keeper family, we came, we saw, and we partied!
That was quite a party.
So, guys, what do you think? Sometime we'll let you guys have a party like that at home?
No.
coming up.
We didn't expect to find this here, though.
That's what you have to deal with.
The thing about a remodel is there's surprises waiting behind every layer.
It was incredible. I again got to be competitive. It was a great feeling getting back out there and bowling.
If you or someone you know deserves a home makeover, go to abc.com to apply to be on the show.
Okay, gang, we are now perched about 70 feet above the ground, and it's a great place to give you guys a lay of the land. Now, that is the existing home. We've knocked down a third of it and are building up a beautiful new addition. It's what's out the back that really makes this whole property. It's Brian's new bachelor pad.
Where I'm standing right now used to be the old keeper house. We got a big build this week. 2/3 of the old house is still intact. We are redoing that. We're adding on to the old section and actually putting in a whole new addition for Brian. So this is going to be a house that changes the way Brian lives every single day.
Look at this. There's a treadmill down there, Tracy.
In the pool?
Yep. It has water jets that blow out this way, so he has that water movement against him. This is all devoted to therapy.
Putting an aquatherapy pool in the house, the thing about it is we actually have to build the house around the pool. Aquatherapy is so important to Brian. It's one of the only times Brian feels free from his chair. And the thing about aquatherapy is he's only able to get it twice a year. So we want to see that he can get it whenever he wants it.
Nice work. Now we found some pipes that are underneath the joist. Drain line coming down the exterior wall.
We didn't expect to find this here, though.
That's what you have to deal with. We're going to be bumping this wall out, so we have to relocate all that, make sure it doesn't interfere with cabinetry windows.
The thing about a remodel is there's surprises waiting behind every layer. The plumbing lines should not be there if you're going to have an opening here. And when something's already built like that, you run into a lot of variables where things have to be changed. As of right now, we've got a drain that's going to be right in line with where the kitchen cabinets are going.
This is why I like remodeling. This is fun.
Hey, Jillian! Hey, we're talking for a second. Hey, did you ever go to college?
I did go to college.
Did you have a good time?
I had too much of a good time.
Brian, you know, he goes to Lock Haven University, right? And they gave up the student allowance so that him and his dad would have this equipment. I think Brian would really like us if we gave something back to them. So I'm sending you down to lead the charge. Have fun. Make a good grade.
Going back to college!
Not only has Brian received so much support and love from all of his fellow students, but they actually gave up their student lounge so that Brian and Steve could move in there. So I'm going out to Brian's University to find a space that we could transform into a new lounge for the students.
Here we are in what will be the new lounge.
Okay.
I think it's got lots of potential.
Ready to get this started?
We're ready.
I've got some volunteers. Come on, you guys, let's get started.
I know you guys are running all kinds of different wiring. So out here in Brian's main area, all right? So tell me in this room, what is he going to be able to do?
In this room, we're putting a dedicated theater in, so control the projector and turn it on and off from his voice commands.
And also in this room, he'll be able to control the lights, the thermostat, all of that by voice command, right? We really are creating new technology designed just for Brian's needs where he can do something himself, whether it be turn on a television or pour himself a glass of water. It's going to give him back some of that freedom he just hasn't had since the accident.
When someone comes to the door, he'll actually be able to open it and let people in. I'm with you.
Wow, wicked.
Wow, it's come together. This is the light fixture for the kitchen. I love the look of the copper with this blue. I think it'll look really sharp. I love making custom pieces for families, so I really wanted to bring something into the new kitchen. So I love the idea of taking those mason jars and creating a light fixture over the center island. It's got sort of this vintage feel to it, but a contemporary design. That is so sharp.
Keep coming. Yeah, bring it on back, fellas. Bring it on back. Perfect. Now that's what I call vintage. And so is that smell. Yo, Polly!
Oh, nice. Ed, Tracy.
Guys, you gotta check this out.
I love these things. These are like an Americana.
I'd like you to meet Lucinda.
Very nice. We've got this vintage trailer, buddy. Why do I think there's a challenge coming up?
That's exactly right. Brian's family really loves camping, and they really haven't had a chance to do that in a while. I'd love for you guys to fix this up so they can camp in the backyard right outside his home. The Keeper family has been changed by this injury. It has affected not only Brian, but everyone. These guys love camping, being outdoors, something that he just hasn't been able to do quite as much since the accident. So I give the design team a pretty big challenge to take an old 1969 camper and turn it into something really amazing for their backyard.
If it just stayed put, you can open it up and it could be a real funky looking cabana.
But we're also going to need to make it somehow work for Brian, which means it's going to have to go through a lot of changes.
No,
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah.
So I love that Ty found this, but from the looks of the inside, there's a lot of work to be done. It's not just cosmetic. It's not just, oh, okay, we can reupholster this, and we're done. Our most important goal is to make it accessible to Brian. You know, it's a lot of work.
Jillian's down working at the college, right?
Right.
Yep. Once you guys get with her, when she's back, get her involved. I want this to be a team project. I know it's going to look beautiful, guys. Enjoy the camping.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah.
You can help.
No, you guys are going to do fine.
There's no I in team.
There's no tie in team either, clearly.
You'd make a great cabana guys.
Yeah, let's see what we're dealing with. Start measuring for drapes and whatnot. This vintage camper, it's seen better days, and it's been on its last road trip, if you will.
Bro, I would rip all of these walls out. Couple of big flat screens for football day.
And then just open up the whole wall here.
Look at the little weather station.
See, stuff like that, it's got to stay, because that rack, is it even still working?
Our plan is to gut the inside, open up the side of this camper, so it really just acts as a cabana. Hopefully, this will allow the Kiefer family to still enjoy camping, and for Brian to take part in it as well.
Okay, it's day 4, and I have to say the renovation of the old house is really coming together. We got new wiring, new plumbing, new drywall already going in. Now that's the old house. Now check out the new wing that's going to be all for Brian. This is a place that's finally going to give him that independence he just hasn't had since the injury. It's also going to be a place where he can work hard to achieve all the goals he has in his life. And who knows, maybe one day he can walk again.
Let's make sure that this wall is a light green and this wall is the dark green, ladies. All of this is blue. Yeah, that looks great. I brought in the volunteers to Brian's college. We have an existing space that we're going to turn into a new lounge to sort of pay back Brian's fellow students and his friends for giving up their lounge and just for being a huge support for him. We're going to have some pool tables. We're going to have some really cool lounge furniture. Great. I'm thinking a shuffleboard table.
Yeah, totally.
I want to make this room an extension of Brian's personality. I want to trick it out. Lots of color, lots of energy. You know, the school and Brian really deserves this.
Kennedy Krieger is the place that Brian goes to twice a year for therapy. What we're looking for here is to meet other patients who have shown great improvement with spinal cord injuries. Patrick.
Hey, Paulie, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Thanks so much for having me here. What a beautiful building. I got to meet with Patrick Rummerfield at Kennedy Krieger. He was the first quadriplegic to get out of his wheelchair and walk. Since then, he's done Ironman competitions. He's run in marathons. He paved the way to helping people with spinal cord injuries.
I'm the first fully functional quadriplegic, injured in a high-speed car accident and left paralyzed from the neck down. Over the course of 17 years and a lot of hard work by myself and a lot of other people, here I am today. Since my car accident, I was involved in, and still am involved in, intense physical therapy. My primary goal is to help people reach their maximum potential, which means, of course, getting out of a chair.
Paul, very nice to meet you.
So here at Kennedy Krieger, patients get occupational therapy, physical therapy. They get kind of the whole gamut of rehab.
Brian talks so much about aquatherapy, how he feels when he gets out of that pool.
The water takes away all the gravity, and it allows you to move certain muscles that out of the water you're not able to move.
What I noticed most about the patients, whether they were little or big, they all had that same drive that says, I'm going to get up. Tomorrow's going to be better than today.
Matt, I'd like to introduce you to Paulie.
Hey, Matt, how are you? Nice to meet you, man.
I had a four-wheeler accident in 2006. My doctor said, son, it's not possible to recover from this injury. I came to Kennedy Krieger, and from the first day, I knew there was hope. About 3.5, 4 years later, I'm walking across stage and receiving my diploma.
It takes a long time for nerves to heal, for our bodies to finally be able to listen to our hearts, to get us up out of our chair. It's not a miracle. This is just hard work. Kennedy Krieger, we have the research. They have the physical machines you need to do this. Brian's very aware of this. This is why he comes here. This is why he longs to be here longer than just 2 weeks out of the year.
If I could tell Brian anything, the thing I would tell Brian was to go get his dictionary, find the word impossible, and scratch it out. Because, you know, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, all right, looks good.
How's good, bro, baby?
Go right. I didn't think that I'd be bowling since my accident until I got my arms back or something. But this thing makes it possible again. Competing in general is just great for me. And to get back into bowling, doing it, and beating Mom and Adam on the first day, that's a start.
Ready when you are.
I've always been a positive person. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to have a good life. I choose to be happy, and I've got the support and the friends. That's how I'm going to walk. I'm going to get there. I'm going to keep competing. I'm going to keep winning, and I'm going to do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a great day today.
And the snag we had in with the plumbing, not even an issue. It's all hitting really well.
That pipe's inside that chase.
We did find some pipes that we weren't expecting, so we ran them into the interior space and closed them in a column. Nobody even knows they're there.
This is the original house, right? But already it looks so much bigger that we were able to take out some of those walls.
Steve and Don come in, they won't even know it's the same house. Okay, so the good news is Tony and Tim who took the training the other day, and as you can see, they've already stripped out everything. Look at the mess over there.
Oh my.
Here's our cabana.
It's in rough shape, though. When I saw this trailer, it's pretty clear that this baby is not getting back on the road. Ed had a great idea, and that was to turn it into a cabana. I think that is exactly what this backyard needs.
Hello, brother.
Hey, Troy.
How's it going?
Jillian.
Hi.
Troy Spackman owns his own custom car building shop. So he was more than up for the challenge when we dropped off this 29-foot aluminum trailer. What we really needed Troy to do for us is to make access into the trailer. So it's 100% wheelchair accessible for Brian.
Technology for Brian's room coming.
Alan, show him the water. One of the things that we know is real key for someone with his needs is to stay hydrated. So we're going to put an automatic dispenser underneath the island in the refrigerator, so it'll be refrigerated liquid. He'll come up and voice activate through his tablet. There'll be a little cup dispenser on his chair. He'll drive underneath the spigot and say, pour juice.
And a straw from there will go to his mouth.
A little bit of independence there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jason, show the bed face. Say something like head up.
Head up. Oh, wow. No kidding. With this new technology, it's going to make not only Brian's life a little easier, but also his dad and his family's life easier. It's going to give him that independence back, and it's going to take that weight and that burden off.
Paul is handsome.
Now look, he's broken the bed.
Are you Carl by any chance?
Carl.
Carl, Tracy. Steve has done a lot for his son Brian in helping him accomplish his dreams. But it turns out Steve had quite a dream himself. He was almost a professional bowler. I thought it would be really fun to make a dining table out of some sort of bowling equipment. Hopefully you can help me because I'm sort of at a loss here, but...
Maybe good. How about I go look around and see what I can find?
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Can I help?
You're going to have to, because if I'm not here, who's going to wait on the customer?
Do you want me to just run the whole place? You look pretty busy.
You look like you could handle it. Come on back.
You're right. I bet I can. Okay. Well, don't leave me too long. Okay.
Very good. I will be back.
Okay.
Good luck.
No, I'm not busy. Heather Jones, 44, lane 5. Yes, that's so...
Hey, Tracy, I think I found something.
Oh, I gotta go. I can't wait to see.
Right here. Rock hard maple.
What? Elaine. Talk about impressive. Good job. Almost as good as the job I did inside. Well, I totally lucked out. He found a perfect piece of Lane. I love the idea of when Steve walks into his new dining room, he'll know right away what it is.
How is this going to work, Brian?
It's like rugby and wheelchair. So what's going to happen? I don't know, but I know I'm just going to smash into some people. This week, we got to go to an amazing place. I got to get out and play a sport, quad rugby. I'm stoked. Get me in there.
Brian, how you doing?
Fantastic.
I'm Jason here, player coach for the Denver Harlequins here. So what do you guys think of this game here?
It's awesome.
Well, we'll get our guys going. We'll put them in a chair and let them play the game a little bit.
To see the look on Brian's face when they put him in one of the chairs, it was absolutely wonderful.
Brian, you got this weight guy.
That's what I'm here for.
He had a big smile on his face like, I'm loving this. I'm loving every minute of this.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Man.
Are you ready?
Go. 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 Go.
That's a block, baby.
This is the first time that I've done anything better since my accident. It's been absolutely amazing. I can't believe it took me 3 years to find this. I'm getting out there, I'm just running into people, I'm getting the rush, I'm feeling the adrenaline, and I love it.
It was a lot of fun to just see Brian out there doing something physical with Colin, because that hasn't happened for a long time, the two of them together. Brian was grinning from ear to ear the whole time. He had so much fun.
Hello?
Hello, family. Hey, it's Todd. Can you guys bring the phone over to Brian? Because we've got some news that he's definitely going to want to hear.
Sure, let me get it.
Hello?
Hey, Brian, it's Ty.
Hey, Ty, what's up?
I think it's been so cool that you've been able to hang out with some of the Paralympians there and get to play sports again.
It's so amazing. I'm getting back in there, I'm getting that rush again. It's fantastic.
Well, there's a guy over at the gym that I think you're going to want to meet. His name is Mark Heron. He's there representing the U.S. national sitting volleyball team. Say hi to Mark.
Hey, Brian. How are you, buddy?
Hey,
it's fun watching you out there. You're such an inspiration for all of us. And what I want to do today is help you inspire more people.
Thanks.
On behalf of the University of Central Oklahoma, I'm here tonight to invite you to the National Training Center for Paralympic Volleyball to work with our coaches as an assistant coach.
Oh, my God.
As they prepare their teams for the 2012 Paralympics in London.
I've always wanted to be a coach since I don't remember when. And to coach at such a level at a Paralympics is incredible. I can't believe it. I can't wait to get out there and do it. Fantastic. Jealous.
Don't roll the credits. We're not done yet. Where's my trailer go? Where's everybody packing up? What's going on? Why is everybody packing up? Where's everybody going? Seriously. Why are you guys putting them in here? Leave them here. Don't go anywhere. Why is everybody packing? Hey, why are you guys packing up everything? We haven't even finished the house yet. Why is everybody packing? Seriously. Quit packing. We're not done with the house yet. Where is everybody going?